So guys, in this lesson, we're going to understand what the YouTube algorithm really is and how it works. To begin, I'm here on the computer screen with this mind map, and we're going to understand what an algorithm actually is before we even get into how it works. The YouTube algorithm is a complex system of rules that the platform uses to decide which videos will be recommended to users. It analyzes a variety of factors such as watch time, engagement, likes, comments, shares, users' watch history, and much more. The goal is to personalize the user experience by showing videos that are most relevant and interesting to each person, helping to maintain user engagement and satisfaction on the platform. In other words, when we refer to the YouTube algorithm, or better yet, algorithms in general, we're talking about sets of rules that most platforms follow, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, or even YouTube itself, to recommend videos to users. YouTube, like other social networks, operates based on an algorithm that is not much different from TikTok's. Most of these social networks function through algorithms because the longer a user stays on the platform, the better it is for them. For example, YouTube has an algorithm designed to keep users on the platform for as long as possible. Matthias, I didn't quite understand what an algorithm is. I'll give a basic example. If you go to your YouTube account, into the Shorts Videos tab and start watching a few videos based on the videos you've already watched, the YouTube platform will begin recommending videos similar to those you've previously watched. That's an example of what an algorithm really is. And Matthias, why do I, as a content creator, need to know about the YouTube algorithm? The simple reason is that by producing content for the platform, understanding exactly how the algorithm works gives you a better idea of how to create the best possible video to make it go viral. That's precisely why it's important to understand how the platform's algorithm functions. So, how does the YouTube algorithm work? Let's go down here. The YouTube algorithm uses a complex set of rules to suggest the videos to users, analyzing several factors to determine the relevance and quality of the content. In other words, the YouTube algorithm doesn't rely on just one rule to base itself on when recommending a video to others. It has a whole set of rules behind it. Remember the example I gave about watch history? Based on the videos you watch on the platform, YouTube itself will start recommending videos similar to the ones you've watched. There are also other sets of rules that apply. If, for example, you don't necessarily watch the entire video, but you engage with it by liking, sharing, or even commenting, the algorithm may understand that this is a type of video you enjoy and start recommending similar videos to you. Even the videos where you have a higher watch retention, the algorithm will recognize that this content is interesting. Even the videos where you have a higher watch retention, the YouTube algorithm will recognize that this is a type of content you're interested in and will start recommending similar content. Continuing, I've separated various sets of rules that the platform uses to recommend your content. To start, the first rule, which is very important for you as a content creator to follow, is watch retention. And what exactly is watch retention? As the name suggests, watch retention is one of the most important factors that influence the YouTube algorithm. Basically, it refers to how long viewers spend watching a particular video. There are two main types of retention that the YouTube algorithm considers. So, when we talk about watch retention, we're referring to how much time you spend watching a particular video. If, hypothetically, you publish two videos on the platform and one of them has a low retention rate while the other has a high retention rate, the video with the high retention rate will be viewed positively by the YouTube algorithm and it will start recommending that content to other people with similar interests. When we talk about watch retention on YouTube, it has two main aspects. The first aspect is retention in the first few seconds. In other words, the YouTube algorithm values the retention of the first few seconds of a video. If viewers remain engaged in the initial moments, it signals to the algorithm that the content is attractive and worth showing to more people. This is a very important point for you to know because before you even start the entire process of creating your video, you should think about how to capture attention in the first few seconds to ensure good initial retention. It's crucial to grab as much attention as possible during the first seconds of the video. It's natural for retention to drop as the video progresses, but the first few seconds are key to securing a view, and the algorithm will recognize if the content is indeed interesting to recommend to others. The other aspect of retention that the YouTube algorithm also considers is overall watch retention. In other words, retention throughout the entire video is also important. Videos that are watched until the end indicate a high level of interest and are more likely to be promoted by the algorithm. As I mentioned, retention in the first few seconds of your video is very important, but ensuring high retention until the end of the video is even more crucial for the algorithm to understand that this type of content is relevant and to start recommending it to others. This is one of the sets of rules that the YouTube algorithm relies on to recommend your videos to other people. The second set of rules is the click-through rate, known as CTR. What exactly is that? The frequency with which users click on the video after seeing it in their recommendations. A high CTR suggests that the title and thumbnail are attractive and relevant to the audience. How does this work in practice, Matthias? Well, I'm here on the YouTube homepage where we see numerous videos. The CTR, or click-through rate, as the name suggests, is basically the number of clicks your video receives. For example, if we open the YouTube homepage, various videos from different YouTubers will appear. This counts as an impression of the thumbnail. If you click on the video, it will slightly increase the channel's CTR, and consequently, the YouTube algorithm will also start recommending that YouTuber's channel due to an attractive title or thumbnail. Of course, it also needs to have good watch retention. If you combine these two characteristics, the platform's algorithm will start recommending your content even more. How can I get a higher click-through rate on my videos, Matthias? Well, one tip I can give to increase your CTR, or better yet, the click-through rate on your videos, is to put a lot of effort into your thumbnails. Create eye-catching thumbnails to attract more people to click on your videos. A practical example we can use involves two YouTube channels that publish similar content. The first channel created a thumbnail that wasn't very appealing, resulting in a low CTR. Meanwhile, the second channel made a very attractive thumbnail related to the video, and as a result, achieved a high CTR, or click-through rate. The YouTube algorithm will analyze these two videos and start recommending the content with the higher click-through rate. Therefore, this is a way to use the click-through rate to your advantage. Always strive to stand out by creating more attractive thumbnails than your competitors so you can achieve a higher CTR on YouTube. Another factor we should consider regarding how the YouTube algorithm works is the user's history and watched videos. What do you mean, Matthias? I didn't quite get that. Well, basically, the YouTube algorithm uses a channel's search history, views, and recently watched videos to suggest relevant content that aligns with the user's interests. This is a metric that we can't fully control when it comes to the YouTube algorithm. Based on this factor, for example, if you watch videos from a particular YouTuber, the YouTube algorithm will start recommending videos based on your recent search and viewing history. So let's say you've been watching videos related to finance. The YouTube algorithm will begin recommending more finance-related videos to you. In addition to watch history, there's the engagement factor, which is very important for the YouTube algorithm. When a video receives many likes, comments, and shares, the algorithm understands that it's high quality and interesting content, increasing the likelihood of it being recommended to other users. This is also a crucial factor that the YouTube algorithm considers when recommending your videos to others. That's why, throughout the video, it's helpful to ask for likes, comments, subscribers, and shares to further boost the platform's algorithm. There are appropriate times and ways to ask for engagement during the video so that it's not annoying and even makes the process fun. Another important factor that benefits the YouTube algorithm is SEO. When we talk about SEO, if you're not familiar with it, it stands for Search Engine Optimization. In other words, using trending keywords and hashtags can increase the visibility of your content on YouTube. This allows your video to be more easily found when users search for specific topics or trends on the platform. In other words, good SEO work can enhance the algorithm's effectiveness in YouTube's search engine. If someone searches for a particular video and your video has strong SEO with good keywords and hashtags, it will have greater visibility in YouTube's search engine. This is a crucial factor for increasing your views even further. In summary, understanding how the YouTube algorithm works and the important sets of rules for getting your video recommended will give you a different perspective on how to create the best video on the platform.